Before you watch this video in its full and entirety, I'm filming this after everything was done. There are other cars here. There's other builds. If you guys are interested, go check the channel out. But everything I've done in this video actually ultimately fails. So watch the video and then I'm going to explain what happened after, because this car is like done now. So don't make the same mistake I did. Not that I think I made a mistake. I'll explain after you guys watch everything. Alright, ladies and gents, welcome back. What we have here is your typical 2.0 FSI cam follower failure. Except with this one, it ate the rod and everything out of the fuel pump, and there's nothing left of the follower, and it destroyed the cam. So now I'm gonna try to change out this cam in the car. I've only seen videos of people doing it with like front wheel drive vehicles, so I'm not sure if it's even possible to do this in an Audi. Don't know. I feel like hopefully I don't get too far to where timing's important, because I don't want to mess that up. I want to be able to mark everything before I get too far. This car's became a real issue. I had no clue that the follower was even being damaged. I just replaced it. It's got like 16,000 miles on it. But let me see if I can get y'all down into here. So it's gonna be really hard to see. I'll have to shed some light on the situation. But that cam is destroyed. I mean, it's like flattened out, it's marked up, it's really bad. So y'all are just gonna follow me as I try to do this. I really had no clue this was even going on. I just went to get lunch one day. I mean, the car's been surging a little bit. I assumed that it had some type of fueling issue. I assumed it was the low pressure, which seems like a possibility still, because it was running super high utilization. But I just went to get some Chick-fil-A, and the car just like took a shit. So weirdly enough, I just bought a house, so I have no money for this car. But my neighbor is actually a car guy. Small world. So this is where it's gonna get finicky. Cool, there's an O-ring there, good to know. Because I'm gonna have to get this cover off. So I've kind of skipped the part of dropping the front end, because my front end and your front end are not gonna be the same. If you have an Audi, mine is barely together, because I didn't want to replace very expensive parts, to be quite honest. So mine's just kind of chilling together. Ours are not going to match when it comes to disassembling the headlights and the grill and everything. I'm trying to figure out how this comes off, this coolant line in the back. Alright, so I managed to get the water pipe loose, which I think it was like just three bolts, I think. Pretty sure it was just 3. But they weren't even hand tight. They were just falling out, which is crazy that this car never just blew that hose out. That's 3 things now this car has continued to run on. That should have left it on the side of the road, and it never was on the side of the road. So that's crazy to me. People always talk about Audis being unreliable, but this car's been really good to me. The only thing that left this car on the side of the road was actually a catch can kit that I put on from Amazon, and it cracked the valve cover, which was my fault. I actually took it off on the way back home because I felt like something was wrong. So I just took it off, and when I did that, the car was done. I should have just left it together. We're back, and the weather is just subpar. I mean, it's freezing. It's 30 degrees out right now. But the cam just showed up, so I really need to bust down on trying to get this cam swapped out. So I got the timing set at top dead center. I've marked the intake and the exhaust cam in 1,000 locations, and then I wiggled the intake cam out after I got the girdle off. My camera's dying, so I didn't get to record any of it, but it's getting dark, so I'm gonna charge the camera and wait for tomorrow. So I got the new cam set in. It's marked up timing wise. I need to scrape a little bit of this gasket off, clean it up, and then RTV it a little bit. You can see on the crank girdle there was some sort of like seal there. Nothing crazy, but there was something, like a little bit, so I'm gonna try to mimic that. So I have the cam girdle on, hand tight, holding the cam in place. I don't have my torque wrench with me to finish that off, so I'm gonna put the timing cover back together, the rear cover on, and the water system back on, and I can do this the next time I have my torque wrench with me. But I can kind of assemble around it for now. I haven't recorded much, just trying to buckle down. It's super cold out here. It's like 30 again. Got the rear cover on and the water pipes and stuff back there. It's so hard to reach everything. Got the belt back on, timing cover. Coolant pipes I'm starting to get done. Again, valve cover I'm gonna wait until I can go get a Newton meter wrench. Oh man, it's pretty horrible. It's so hard to reach anything in the back. Plus, I ripped my pants during this process, so sucks. Alright, we're back today. Good news, fresh pants. It's like 10 degrees warmer, so it's not miserable. It's uncomfortable, but it's not miserable. I got a torque adapter digital Quinn from Harbor Freight. It's like Black Friday right now or whatever. So things are on sale. Good for us. We need to see 15 foot-pounds. I'm gonna do this like I would I don't trust this at all. I'm gonna do this like you would any cam, and just go in an X pattern, starting with the center. This is the scary part. So an extra 90 is scary. Now it's time to go get the valve cover, which is probably leaked oil all in the car. Clean this up a good hair. So it's been a couple of days here. The car is essentially back together. I really need to find a clamp for that, and I don't have one on me. Anyways, we had a little bit of a conundrum. It rained for a little while, which softened the ground up in the car. We had some rain, softened the ground up, and the car fell off the jacks, which that made a huge conundrum for me, trying to get it up back off the ground. But the car is pretty much back together here. Basically just trying to tie up any like loose ends, check everything. Just built the high pressure today. If you get an aftermarket high pressure pump, they don't really like the upgrade kit, so I had to take some of the pieces from the old pump to fit in. It was a mess, but like coil packs are in, everything's plugged back in. I don't see anything crazy. That could use a bolt. I really want to feed some oil up, and then put the fuel pump fuse back in and see how it's going to start. But I mainly want to see how it's going to act just turning over, just in case there's any locking up or anything. But I think we're there. We'll just give this thing a quick now we can put the fuel pump fuse back in. I heard the pump come on. Okay. So it started. Alright, so you've watched the video. Whenever I first started this car up after doing everything, if you heard, it didn't want to crank for a second. And at first I thought it was out of time, but then the car started, it cleared up and ran fine. What happened was, this was the old rod that I took out. And the replacement one I put in the other day in the video is now like up to here, ate up by the cam. So it destroyed that, and the cam's destroyed again. But I think what happened, this high pressure is an after, like Euro parts or whatever, like a direct replacement OE or whatever. The inside of this did not want to work with the 034 upgrade kit. So I took internals out of the OEM pump, put them in here, and what I think happened is there's like length and clearance differences in these. And so as soon as the cam came up and pressed the follower up, the follower got stuck right here on this 18 mil. And I think that's what happened when you heard the car didn't start. It bound up and it snapped the follower. The car started after that, so I wasn't really like, it didn't really register to me at first what had happened. But it broke the follower, destroyed the cam again, destroyed my brand new upgrade kit. So this car's done. It won't even start now. That's why I have it pushed off to the side. And again, in the video you hear me say that the 034 kit didn't want to go into the new high pressure, and I had to like use some parts off the old one to make it work. I should have known in retrospect. Once you haven't, like, if you have to start making stuff work, it's not working, obviously. But she's done. She's fried. I'm not going through this process again. You see I have the high pressure unhooked, which should open it up all the way enough to let me move the car, but it's not even doing that now, so sucks is what it is. But it's either that or that rear timing cover was scored up and I didn't notice it, and that the follower got stuck, because it literally disintegrated into pieces, picking up my Nerf darts. But yeah, if you guys want to stick around, I do have big plans for this car that doesn't concern a four banger, so I should that should pretty much let you know how I'm feeling with this. I'm pretty over it. I've been thinking about 5-cylinder swapping, so been doing a lot of research on the 07K. So if you guys would be interested in that, stick around. It's going to be a little while. I have 2 builds in front of this, but yeah, that's it. Be careful working on your Audis. Hopefully this helps somebody. You can do the cam in a longitudinal, isn't that what they call it? I don't know. The all-wheel drive inline version, you can do the cam inside the car. So thanks for watching. Check out some of the other videos, and I'll catch y'all later.